DGCA will be carrying out a detailed investigation into the Ram Air Turbine deployment on the flight AI117 from Amritsar to Birmingham on 4th of October this year. While on its approach to Birmingham airport, the crew detected deployment of RAT. According to the crew, no other abnormalities were found. The aircraft landed safely at Birmingham and all passengers were disembarked safely. The aircraft was grounded for technical inspection. Details will now be shared with the aviation regulator and a detailed investigation will take place. So DGCA is going to be carrying out this detailed investigation into the RAT deployment. This has happened on flight AI117. It had started from Amritsar, was to land in Birmingham, and that's when the crew had detected the deployment of RAT, the Ram Air Turbine. And because of it, the flight was grounded after the disembarkment was completed, after the flight landed safely, and technical inspection was carried out. And now the aviation regulator has been brought in. The details are going to be shared with the aviation regulator, and then the DGCA is going to be conducting the detailed investigation of what really happened. Why was the RAT deployed in the case of this AI117 flight from Amritsar to Birmingham? Remember, we are coming in the back of a massive air crash that has claimed so many lives that happened in Ahmedabad, and that's why the DGCA has been very, very active to check for any kind of abnormalities. Even the crew for very many of these flights are very, very proactive when it is about these technical issues, and that's why this was reported to the DGCA. That RAT was in fact deployed on AI117, and now the DGCA is going to be carrying out a detailed investigation. My colleague Anvit is joining us with all the details. Anvit, it is over to the DGCA, but deployment of RAT on this flight that was going to Birmingham, despite it landing safely, what exactly happened at that time?
See, this flight took off to Birmingham, and when it was on its approach part of the Birmingham airport, and it was just 400 meters up in the air, and it was airborne. The RAT, the Ram Air turbine got deployed. Remember, this is scary also because recently in the AI117 crash, the RAT had deployed just moments before the plane crashed, and that is also one thing that the investigators are currently looking at, as the detailed investigation is still underway. And when this incident took place, this also sparked a scare because now that the flight has, however, landed and was landed safely, all the passengers were marked safe at the Birmingham airport. But the aircraft was sent for a detailed inspection, and it has been grounded for a while. The Air India also came out with a statement saying that the aircraft has been grounded, and now it will undergo a thorough inspection. But at the same time, this deployment of RAT is being looked at because RAT deployment clearly marks the hydraulic failures on an aircraft. With the help of the airspeed, the turbine moves and generates electricity, and this is usually done when electronics and hydraulics fail on an aircraft. The RAT automatically deploys. This is the system how it works. Now, on this flight, when the RAT deployed, the pilots noticed that there was no other abnormality on board. They had also shared this data with the DGCA. They have shared that the RAT deployment did take place, but there was no other abnormality that was found on the aircraft at that time. The plane landed safely, and that is the reason why Air India experts and technical teams are currently inspecting the aircraft. At the same time, details are also being shared with the DGCA, the aviation regulator in the country. That also will carry out a detailed investigation. The details that will be shared by the Air India and the details that DGCA will seek are technical details related to hydraulics of the aircraft, the maintenance check that has been done previously. Also, they need to look at the short description on the minor hydraulic leaks that had been may have been detected previously.
Okay.
Also, they are trying to find out engine parameters and the flight altitude and basic details that happened. That also are due to be shared with the DGC.
And Anvit, this is again a Boeing 787. One must underline that.
Certainly. See, these are the Boeing 787 aircraft, both in the AI-17 as well, and this incident also. And that is one reason why the Federation of Indian Pilots has also taken this matter up. And they have also said that because it was Boeing previously also, and this time again, they have also requested the DGCA, they have written to the Ministry of Civil Aviation requesting in a detailed measure to make sure that all these Boeings and all these wide body aircraft that Air India currently operates must undergo a detailed electric system checks. They have said that previously it was the fuel checks that had undergone inspection after the AI117 crash, and now they are requesting that the electronic systems on these aircraft must also be rechecked and re-inspected in detail.
Right, Anwar. Thank you so much for all of those details. We'll keep an eye on this big story as the DGCA now is in action as far as the AI117 flight is concerned. With that, we go into a very short break. News and updates continue on the broadcast.